Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about regrets. Now, in my first video I talked about fear, because fear is one of the primary things that hold people back. But another thing is regrets, and the past in particular, you know what I mean, that pondering on what happened, what could have been, what went wrong, what's bad, you know. I got a quote from J. Cole. He says in one of his songs, "There's nothing worse in life than a regret-filled coffin." And you know, we hear about all the time when people get older, they always think, what's the worst thing that happened to me? They always think, oh, it's what I didn't do, you know, necessarily than what I did. Now, I don't come to say that that's necessarily wrong, but I just come to flip it, you know what I mean, a little. So let me explain. I mean, personally, I used to regret a lot of stuff, you know. I used to regret not doing better on my A-levels, you know. I had university offer from Manchester to go there, and I didn't get the grade, so I didn't go there, and that had me down for a long time. I used to regret not being a professional footballer. Believe it or not, I was quite good, you know. Friends of mine actually became professional footballers. What else? I used to regret not being able to build websites and be technical, because look at all these young kids that can make apps and stuff like that, and websites, and charge like £1,000. Like, why was I doing that when I was a kid? These are all the things that I used to think. I mean, now I can laugh at it because it doesn't necessarily mean anything, and the primary reason is because I discovered the main purpose, and not even a purpose, it's just the main issue, the main agenda, the main thing to have clear in your mind is that the only time we have is now, like right now, like the present moment. The past and the future, they're just constructs. They're human-made constructs of time, and they don't exist. Like, all you have is now. You don't know what's going to happen in the future, and the past is done. Like, you have that classic saying, "Don't cry over spilled milk." I don't want to get too cliche, but you have to look at it, and it's right. Like, the milk is spilled, it's done. You know, there's no such thing as a time traveling machine, and it's kind of a difficult thing to hear when you're dealing with issues of regrets and the past. And so on. But I read it in a good book, and I recommend this book if anyone's struggling with, you know, dealing with issues in the past. It's called The Power of Now. And another thing it says in the book is that, say there's two trees in nature, you know, does tree A turn to tree B and say what's the time? Well, tree B is going to say the time is now, you know, because they don't have watches, they don't have clocks. You know, all they know is the now, this present moment, and the only thing we can change is what's going on in this present moment. So what's happened in the past or what's going to happen in the future, like, we can't control that. We can only control what we do now, which will affect those things. So just in terms of regrets, I would just say that what's happened has happened, and if you're still here and if you're still breathing, you have the moment now to change that, to change the future. You can change the future by being in the now, though, you know, by accepting what is and what's happened and changing it now. I mean, another example I used to give is, remember when you was in school and you used to have homework? Well, this is me, man. I don't know about you guys. and you get to the last minute and you hadn't done the homework, and you'd be like, oh, why did I spend that time watching? For me, it was the Champions League, or I don't know, EastEnders. I could have been doing the homework, or I could have been revising for the exam. But, you know, these things, they are what they are. It is what it is. It's happened. And the main thing that I just want people to take away is that now is the only moment that we have. It's the only moment that we'll ever have. So whatever's happened has happened. We just have to accept it, you know what I mean, take the lessons from it, and go forward in the now and build and change the future. So thank you for listening to number 2. It's an honor as always, and hopefully you take something away from it.
This is the #1 rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. On the rise to the top, many drop. Don't forget, in order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. This This is the #1 rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. If through our travels we get separated, never forget, in order to survive.